Hello, welcome to the video. Do you know Kung Fu? I feel like everyone hits a point in their gamer lives where games seem to stop being fun. You sit there at your PC or console just staring at your games, pretending like you're actually gonna play this time, but you never do. You never do. What's this? Let's talk about it. Holy crap, this game. I saw the trailer way back last year and thought it was cool, but that was the end of it. Then, playing this game? The action, the gameplay, the aesthetic, everything comes together to create an amazing Kung Fu experience as good as any classic Jet Li or Donnie Yen movie. You play as the sole disciple of your father, a Kung Fu master who is betrayed by his students and fellow masters. Why did they kill your father? What did they have to gain? Why aren't you dead? We'll get to that later. Right now, we've got some people to kill. Wow, where do I begin? You guys ever just get finished watching a Jackie Chan movie when you were little and then try and reenact the same moves in your head and then try and do it later in your room only to stretch your leg somewhere it doesn't belong and end up hurting yourself? Well, this is that, except you don't end up in the hospital. Attacks center mostly around two buttons: light attacks and heavy attacks. While that may seem to mean button mash and man attack, you actually have the ability to combine light and heavy attacks to create specific combos that give the player different tactical advantages. A 4-hit combo of heavy attacks will end in an elbow that knocks enemies to the ground, while a 2-hit combo of heavy attacks, pause, then heavy attack, results in a spinning back kick. Apart from those, the player also has a focus meter that builds up as you block, dodge, or hit your enemies. Having enough focus allows you to pull off special moves that do lots of damage, and creates an opening to follow up with a killer combo. And aside from your own fists and feet, every good Kung Fu movie has a chair being thrown somewhere. Basically, everything in this world is only here for you to kill people better. We got pipes, we got bats, we got knives, we got brooms. If there's one thing I hope they add to the game, it's side content that has more weapons, like maybe nunchucks or something. That'd be sick. But remember, the best defense is a perfect defense. We got blocking, dashing, dodging, but one of these is definitely better. While parrying attacks may do more structure damage, think of it like Dark Souls poise. You run the risk of messing up and taking the hit instead, or even getting stunned yourself. Now, consider this. What if you never got hit in the first place? Another area the game shines in is its unique respawn mechanic, which is built into the story of the game. Your character possesses a mysterious medallion that brings you back from death. However, each revival advances your age further and further until it's too late. And once you die for real, your progress is reset. Defeating enemies before you die or complete the level grants you the chance to unlock several new moves and abilities, and as you gain more XP, you also gain the chance to permanently unlock these upgrades even after you are forced to reset your timeline. The game is hard when you're first starting out. I have probably died and replayed the same level more than 100 times trying to perfect the run, finding a quicker path, or trying different upgrades. Also, there's no difficulty sliders, so screw you, bozo! Whoa, the aesthetic. Despite the fairly simplistic 3D style the game uses, characters and NPCs are full of life and personality. The NPCs you face are a wide range of martial artists, club rats, office men, to street thugs, all with this charming renegade style that permeates the game. The stages are also insanely cool. The level design just has a way of letting you flow from one fight to the next, and what may seem like a small maze that you need to fight through each time you reset eventually reveals small shortcuts as a reward for advancing far enough into the run. Not to mention some seriously cool homages to some extremely cool movies. Like, here, I'll let this one play out.
Check this fucking clown out. Help you with something?
Yes, get out of my way.
Looks like we got a small...
The normal environments are nice and all, but when it starts getting weird... And the boss fights? Just really super very good. I don't know how else to put it, so we're moving on. Each chapter of the game has its own backing track, yet they all share similarities in style. Each track has a dark EDM tone that I am obsessed with. The heavy thump of the bass is punctuated by Asian instruments forming the melody. Even during fights, your hits and takedowns are highlighted by the bangs of a drum or the crash of cymbals. You really feel like you're inside some sort of modern kung fu movie. Because it's exactly that. The music, paired with its visual aesthetic,
nice.
There isn't much else to go over, at least for now. The game doesn't really have any fancy sound engineering or such, and some of the voice acting could use some work.
It represents a school for the weak and feeble.
Besides, who needs to hear when you can read the The story is solid. What seems to be a basic path of revenge slowly widens as you discover more clues and areas within the game. Your character has a detective board, an ongoing investigation into the people who killed your father and why they did it. As you progress through each level, you uncover clues that reveal the bigger picture. Some areas are even locked off from you, until you get to a point even further into the game where you find a key or a code. Only then do you realize you've gotten the missing piece, prompting you to go back to a previous stage to unlock the hidden areas. I love the way the game acknowledges that you, the player, exist outside the time of this world. What may seem like the first encounter for your enemies may be the 100th time for you. This is reflected through small dialogue options and shortcuts, since the player is able to retain new information to use in new runs. Honestly, genius. There's even alternate endings, though I'm not going to go over those here. Wouldn't want to spoil it. Wow. Just wow. What a great game. The style, the action, the gameplay, the amount of polish and love that went into this game is clear. The inspired sequences, the real-life kung fu moves that your character uses, just wow. But for now, get this game. It's so good. It's only available on the Epic Game Store, so that's kinda annoying. But for a game this good, you're paying $40. It's extremely worth it. Plus, as it turns out, since it's based off the Unreal Engine, it's really easy to mod. Get this game. You won't regret it.